Hey, Dylan, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine, Justin.
Awesome, awesome. All right, so let's see. I'm the host, you're the co-host. I think we should be good there. And then when the mayor comes in, we'll want to make him the co-host. Let's see. We have right now, it's checked allow participants to unmute themselves. I'm going to uncheck that.
Okay.
Now, we probably don't want to do this yet, but I think when we start the meeting, we can do the mute all. I'll let you do the mute all, and then you can unmute the mayor, of course.
Perfect.
And I had a couple council members reach out to me today, and we did a little more testing with Craig and Jennifer Allen Thomas. So we ran through all of that. So I think everyone's squared away. I think most of them had changed their backgrounds too. So I think we should be in good shape.
Perfect.
See. And then the broadcast looked good earlier. Got good audio from that. So I think we're in good shape.
What ended up, do you know what ended up happening with the audio and why it was?
Yeah, they found that there was some setting on the mixing board in the control room that was applying some type of scene that was muting the audio for that computer.
Interesting.
So they basically had to pull it out and re-add it back in, and it went back to defaults, and it was good.
Nice.
So yeah, glad we could get that fixed. And it actually sounded pretty good on Channel 8 earlier.
Oh, nice.
And on Granicus. So now, are you going to share, like during the URA, are you going to do any sharing of your screen, or what are you thinking?
I asked Troy that whenever we were in our internal services meeting earlier, and he said share the normal screen. I don't know if he means the normal presentation or just let it be like this in the gallery view.
Sure.
I have, if I can get it pulled up here, like I have the PowerPoint and everything ready to go if that helps kind of keep things clean and organized until like Jennifer is ready to speak and do her presentation. So I have it in case if we do want to use it to keep things clean and simple.
Okay. I mean, either way, I mean, the only thing you lose by having that presentation on the left is going to be you can't see all the speakers because it kind of moves them all to the right.
Right. Yep.
Although folks can actually drag their window. I don't know if you've tried that, Dylan, but on your view, there's a little slider between the video on the right and the presentation. You can actually adjust your view.
Right. Yep.
So they could do that as well. I think if we're going to do that for the broadcast, it might be good. I haven't told Jody that, but if Jody could move that slider over a little bit to get more video in the frame.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hey, Megan, how are you?
How are you, Dylan?
Great. How about yourself?
Doing pretty good.
Good.
All right. Looks like Mr. Wells joined us here. Can you hear us okay, Rick?
Oh, looks like he dropped out.
Looks like he dropped out.
Is it okay if I don't use the background?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Your choice.
Okay.
Justin, can you try speaking again? I was getting like an echo.
Okay. How's that, Dylan?
Better. Now try it.
Testing 1, 2, 3, 4.
I think it's Megan. We can hear the back on her device.
Okay. I'm gonna let me mute Megan. How's that, Dylan?
Yeah, I can't hear any feedback then.
Okay, I'm gonna unmute Megan. Test 1, 2, 3. Okay. That's why I think it's best during the meeting, Dylan. We'll have everyone muted until they have the floor and kind of just unmute one at a time.
Well, now I don't hear any echo, and it looks like Councilmember Grimes is unmuted right now again. So
it's true. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4.
Nope, don't hear anything.
Huh. We'll just have to pay attention to that.
Yeah.
I'm going to reach out to Jody real quick and make sure that she's got everything ready for the broadcast.
Okay,
I will be right back.
perfect.
Hey, Dylan, could you share your screen?
Sure, yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, Dylan.
No problem.
Okay, Jennifer, does that switch to my video now? Okay, awesome. How are we doing, everyone? I'll allow you to unmute yourself right now, so everyone should be able to unmute themselves.
I'm good. How are you, Justin?
Good, good. One of the things we were just testing, just so everyone knows, if you're using an iPad, one of the things that if Dylan is sharing his screen, you'll notice only the active speaker video shows. If he's not sharing his screen, you'll see everyone on the iPad. So just wanted to let everyone know that that is normal.
Thank you, Justin.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Justin,
thanks.
my image is still flipped.
You know, it looks fine for us, Jenna.
Does it? Okay.
Yeah, it looks fine for us. I think it just looks flipped on your end, but it looks
Okay, good deal. Thank you.
Yep.
If your image is flipped, there's a little up arrow next to the button that says start video. You can click on that and that'll allow you to choose video settings. In the video settings, you can scroll down and you can see mirror my video. Should be unchecked if you don't want it flipped.
Terrific. Thank you very much. That did the trick.
Hey, Justin,
Yes,
Yeah.
Jennifer.
I don't see Dylan anymore in my screen. Am I supposed to see him or? 'Cause
I think it's just going to be the active speaker, so you should see me now.
oh, yes, okay, thank you, got it. All right, thanks.
Not missing anything, I promise you.
Okay, okay.
Hi, this
I'll
is
call-
Susan. Can you hear me?
We can hear you. Yes.
Oh, okay, great. How do I put that picture in?
Do you see on the bottom left of your screen, there's a little up arrow next to the video icon?
Yes.
Click that arrow and then select choose virtual background.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's pretty nifty. I
Yeah.
just learned yesterday.
Okay, choose virtual background. Then it says none.
There
So,
should be a little plus sign there where you can browse to any photo on your computer. Are you using Windows computer?
I am.
Okay.
Add
Yeah.
image. Okay. What's it doing? That doesn't seem to be working too well.
Those virtual backgrounds do depend on the resolution and what kind of camera you have on your computer. So sometimes if it's a lower resolution camera, it might not look as good.
I would say that qualifies as not
I-
looking good.
Yep, exactly. So you might want to turn that feature off.
Okay, I think I will. I'll go to none.
Can you all hear me?
Yep.
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Hey, Dylan, I'm just going to give you guys a heads up. If this does not automatically take over to the broadcast at 5:59, just hold it and Dylan and I will text you and let you know when we're all live.
Sounds great.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to mute.
Hey, Justin, real quick, I see in the meeting participants, we have a test iPad. Oh, wait,
Yep, that was mine, Dylan, and it just, I just left the meeting.
perfect.
Hi, this is Caitlin Quandra. I was just making sure you can hear me.
Hi, Caitlin.
Now
This is
mute again.
Jenna. We have you.
Thank you. I'll mute myself again.
I think when you're my age, having a bad camera is like really good.
It's the same reason why you don't want a magnifying mirror. I don't even want one of those.
Yes, there you go. Actually, I'm turning on my my iPad to see if it's better. I don't want
Can we turn on a filter where we all have funny hats on?
Yeah, there you go.
Really bright.
How much time do we have here? Oh, getting close. Maybe I'll wait for the next meeting. I'll have 10 minutes, right?
Yeah.
And Mayor Huseman, I just made you the co-host, so you should be able to see when people raise their hands now, and you should have that functionality.
Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm just
Yeah.
letting you all know that it did kick over to channel 8. So I am going to lift the curtain on the fade to black and we will go live.
We ready?
Looks like based on the roster, we're still missing our 3 outside members. I'm not sure if they were planning on attending or not, but I don't see the 3 outside entities present. So I'm not sure if we want to give them another minute or two or however you'd like to do it, Mr. Mayor.
All right, we can wait. All right, let's get started. Little introduction. This is our first attempt at hosting a virtual meeting with the Zoom platform. Please be sure to have your video camera on and be mindful that we are streaming this meeting on Channel 8 and on our city's website. The chat function has been disabled to ensure that the public can see all portions of the meeting. The city clerk is the host of the meeting, and I and our IT director will be co-host. To prevent any disruption, all members and their other staff will be muted except for myself as the chair. If you wish to speak, please use the raise hand function and I will be able to call on you to speak and the clerk will unmute you. Any votes taken will require roll call votes. The clerk will call your name and unmute you for you to give your vote. No commentary will be allowed outside of an A or nay vote. Confirm with the IT director that there are not any human or known technical issues. We're good? All right. In that case, and we will call them the Urban Renewal Authority special meeting to order. Will the secretary please call the roll?
All righty. Commissioner Alan Thomas,
Present.
Commissioner Grimes, Commissioner Grimes. Looks like you muted yourself.
Present.
Thank you. Commissioner Guardiola,
Present.
Commissioner Hurst,
Present.
Commissioner Madera,
Present.
Commissioner Noble,
Present.
Commissioner Smith,
Present.
and then we have Commissioners Fairfield, Commissioners Tedesco, Commissioners Lewis. Mr. Chair, you have a quorum.
Thank you. I'm looking for a motion to excuse those members not present. Commissioner Hurst,
Motion to approve the commissioners that are absent.
I have a motion to excuse those members that are not present. Commissioner Madera,
Second.
I have a motion and a second to excuse those members that are not present. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed, say nay. All right, motion carries. For the Mile High Greyhound Park closing date sale extension, will Miss Jenna Lowry please make the presentation?
Jenna, you're unmuted.
Perfect, thank you. And I'm sharing my screen for this, correct, Dylan?
Let me see here.
I have it all queued up, ready to go. Or I can talk without the presentation.
Give me just one moment. Justin, I'm not seeing where she is sharing her screen. Can you confirm if she is or not?
Yes, Jenna, can you hit the share screen button?
Yep. Absolutely. You should see the title slide. That's all I see.
We are not seeing that, Jenna.
Okay. How would you like to, let's see, hold on. I'll try again. Okay, is that better?
Yes, I can see it now.
Okay. Terrific. And we will get started. So, good evening, CCURA board members. Thanks for tuning in this evening. I'm here tonight on behalf of city staff and Del West to formally request an extension on 2 executed contracts for the Mile High Greyhound Park redevelopment project. The first contract, the purchase and sale agreement, mandates that the URA and Del West fully close on the sale of the property by April 1st, 2020, while our second contract, the master developer agreement, requires that the full plat be finalized and recorded by April 2nd, 2020. Therefore, the purpose of my presentation tonight is to explain why these extensions are necessary for the success of the project. I will start out with a brief recap on progress that both parties have made over the last few months in order to meet the original deadlines. The three most notable actions include work on the master subdivision plat, which includes 12 tracks, the private park, right-of-way dedications, the regional stormwater detention pond, and the necessary public improvement agreement. The second most notable effort is Del West's attempts to meet their funding requirement for the affordable housing project, which they're on track to do so, and environmental testing that has been conducted by both parties. At this point, staff in Del West, at this point, staff and Del West are coming together to make this joint request for the extension to preserve the project. So we'll dive in a little bit further about the plat. So this redevelopment project is complex, and so is the corresponding plat. At this point, staff and Del West are optimistic that the current plat can be corrected to begin its final approval process in April. However, in order for the plat to be approved, the following two issues must first be resolved. First, some programmatic changes to the park, drainage, connection roads to open space must be made. And these adjustments that are required in the plat will also impact Del West's infrastructure package and their public improvement agreement. Second, some corrections on the legal description need to occur. In addition, the approval process for the plat will include public notice, comment, and potentially city council action based on the nature of comments received. And as you all are aware, that public notice period does take some time. Looking at the environmental actions now, as of today, both the city and Del West remain in active contact with the CDPHE to mitigate the historic on-site contamination. Del West is currently working to obtain a no further action letter by participating in the state's voluntary cleanup program. However, the current public health crisis has absolutely impacted their testing capacity and the CDPHE's capacity to review their process and their attempts to obtain the no further action letter. So some other key actions to date include the completion and approval of the design standards, which have been used against all submittals that Del West has made to date, progress on their infrastructure engineering. Del West has in fact received tax credit approval for the 4% low-income housing project, and they will self-finance the single-family portion of that project. As you know, the Urban Renewal Authority has obtained necessary water resources required for closing. Both parties have prepared to escrow funds for closing. And lastly, our owner's representative, Rick Wells, continues to work diligently with the site's hotel prospect. So we've absolutely seen a lot of good work, both on staff side and Del West side over the last few months. Despite these actions and the best efforts of both of our parties, closing by April 1st does not seem to be feasible. Much like the impact on environmental testing, the COVID-19 crisis has greatly impacted the final processing of title work and the ability of the county recorder to record that plat. In addition, the required social distancing requirements mean that in-person working meetings that we were having on a bi-weekly, if not more frequent basis to resolve remaining issues are no longer possible. And while we are able to have in-person meetings, it is more challenging to get through these last few weeks getting ready to close. As such, staff and Del West have come together to recommend extending the closing deadline to June 1st. And I know that was a pretty brief presentation, so at this point, I'm happy to take any questions. Our staff is here as well. We have some Del West consultants on the line, but our recommended action is to approve the amended purchase and sale agreement to extend the closing deadline to June 1st, and then approve that master developer agreement to extend the plat deadline to May 20th. And at this point, I guess I'll leave my screen on in case there are questions. I can go back to other slides. Thank you for your time.
Any questions or discussion at this time? Seeing no questions or discussion, does anybody wish to make a motion? Commissioner Grimes, Commissioner Hurst. Go ahead, Commissioner Hurst.
Okay, I'd like to make a motion to approve the deadline agreements to July 1st and May 20th, 2020 respectively as they were presented to us.
Are you sure you want to make that July 1st?
I'd like to make a motion to approve the recommendation, if you will.
Okay, so you want June 1st instead of July 1st?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So I have a motion to approve the amendment to the PSA to extend the closing deadline to June 1st and amendment to the master developer agreement extending the plat deadline to May 20th, 2020. Commissioner Madera,
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Is there anybody wishing to discuss this item before we vote on it?
Mayor, I'm going to lower hands to allow people to raise them again if they have
I got it.
discussion. Okay, thank you.
All right, seeing no request for discussion, we'll take a roll call vote.
Commissioner Alan Thomas,
Yes.
Commissioner Grimes,
Yes.
Commissioner Guardiola,
Yes.
Commissioner Hurst,
Yes.
Commissioner Madera,
Yes.
Commissioner Noble,
Yes.
Commissioner Smith,
Yes.
Commissioner Fairfield, Commissioner Tedesco, Commissioner Lewis, Vice Chair Frank,
Yes.
and Chair Hughesman.
Yes.
Passes 9-0.
All right, for the record, that motion passes 9-0. That is the last business that we have for the Commerce City Urban Renewal Authority meeting. We will adjourn to the city council meeting in a different Zoom meeting. We'll start that council meeting in approximately 10 minutes to give everyone time to sign back in, get set up, and start the council broadcast. See you then. We are adjourned.